Hi guys, Mr. Hill here with your geography lesson for today. We're going to be starting to look at contour lines and how they show us the height of the land. So these are another feature that you'll see on an Ordnance Survey map, which is what we've been looking at for the past few lessons. So the ability to understand the shape of the ground from a map is a really useful skill to learn, particularly in mountainous landscapes and when you're out for a walk or even hiking, or even if you're going camping and where you're taking your equipment with you, so you've got lots of weight, you don't want to be trying to hike up really steep hills. So a contour is a brown line drawn on a map that joins points of equal height above sea level. So that's these brown lines here where the arrow is pointing to. Now there's also some extra information contained with it. So all the points along that line are 70 meters above sea level. So on the line, the contour lines, you will have the height of each line. So you can see how quickly you're increasing in height. So you can start getting an idea of how steep things are. If you look around Spring Hill and Mill Hill at the very top of the map, you can see the numbers are higher. So you've got 90 meters there. So we know that's the top of this particular hill. It's the tallest point. So where the arrow is pointing here is where the 90 is. So here you can see how the measurements on a 3D hill match up with the lines on the two-dimensional map. So what we've done, we've got the layout laid flat on the floor. So a 2D map is drawn so everything is flat. So if you look at it with the 3D map, for each 10 meters it goes up, you have an extra contour line and it follows the shape of the hill. So it shows you the shape of the land as well as the height of the land. So around hills and mountains, there will be lots of changes in height. So there'll be lots of different contour lines. If the contour lines are close together, like they are in the top left-hand corner of that picture, the ground changes height really quickly. It's a really steep slope. So this point here, so you can see they're really close together. So that tells me that that's going to be a really steep and really difficult place to walk. If the contour lines, like they are down here, are further apart, the ground doesn't change height so quickly. It's a lot less steep, so it's a shallower slope. So if I was going to walk up this particular hill, I'd look for the shallowest route, which would mean it would be easier to walk, and I probably wouldn't need any specialist climbing equipment. I could just wear my walking boots, pair some comfortable clothes, and take a bag with my lunch and a drink in it. So have a go with these. Can you match the lines with the land? So which set of contours matches the hills on the right? So have a look and look at the features that are on the 2D map, so on the left-hand side. Have a look at the 3D models on the right-hand side. See if you can work out which one goes with which. Pause here to have a go at this. Okay, how did we get on? So let's have a look at our first image, number one. Where do you think it lines up with? It goes to B. So what we're looking at here, we've got the peak here where my pointer is on number one. This is the peak here. We have a second smaller peak here, which is this little lump hill here, or hillock. So we've got a hill and a hillock. So a hillock is smaller than a hill. I'm not quite sure what the full definition of it is. So we've got the shape there. 2 goes with E. So it comes to a big high point, all sort of mountain shaped, or what you would traditionally look at as being a mountain. So if we look at this, we can see everything comes up to a single point right in the middle, which is what we've got for E. Now, there's 2 possible answers for 3. We've got A and we've got D. So if we look at them carefully, we've got 2 peaks or 2 high points. So the same as A has got 2 high points, the same as D has got 2 high points. Now looking at this, we've got a big flat area that's all at the same height in the middle. And if we look here, this has got an area that's all the same height in the middle. This has got a big depression in the middle. It's almost got a valley down the middle of it. So number 3 goes with D. Number 4, our peak is off to one side, so it's at the left-hand side. So we'll look at the ones we've got left. So the peak being all the way over here, it can only be C, where the peak's all the way to the left-hand side. So 4 goes with C. Number 5, again, the peak's all the way off to one side, and it's not a sharp peak, it's a very flat surface. So we can see that because we've got a big flat point here, and there's nothing else in it. So if we look at F, that's got the same features there. So 5 goes with F. Number 6, we've only got one option left, which is A. But if we look at the features on this, we've got lots of contour lines above the flat area in the middle. So there's a big difference in height between the bottom of the hills and the top of them, which is why this one here goes with number 6. So well done if you got those. Hopefully, if you didn't, me talking you through them has explained how you read a 2-dimensional drawing to get the 3-dimensional shape. So moving on to your task for today. Have a go at these. So think about how I described them, what features I looked at, how I described the peaks, where they were on the map version compared to the 3-dimensional version. So what you're going to do is match the hills on the left to the contour lines on the right. So your answers are going to be 1A, 2F, and so on and so forth. They're just numbers and letters. Now, please note, the answers that are on the screen are definitely wrong. I wouldn't be that kind as to give you all of these. If you feel like you're a little bit stuck, go back and watch the last slide where we talked through how to read the features on the 2-dimensional map to look at the 3-dimensional model, and then come back and have another go. Good luck, but make sure you put your work on Tapestry, and we'll look forward to seeing you back in class very soon.